Hi everybody, welcome back to Books and Cosplay. My name is Pagan, and long time no see. It's been a hot minute since I've been here because I took some time off for weird moving stuff that I'll get into another day because that's a much longer story than I even really want to get into. It's a pain in the ass. But I am back and I am here with a new cosplay guest who I have gotten to know over the last several months, and I adore him so much, but that is Kryptic. Kryptic, welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone.
So, Cryptic was one of those ones that I was scrolling TikTok as one does and stumbled upon and absolutely was just like, this dude's so chill. I love it. And you were playing Warzone and it was just like the most casual stream and it was great. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to sit here and watch your live stream, which I don't usually do. I'm not a big live stream person on TikTok. I'm usually like, give me my, 10 seconds of dopamine scroll. And I think I sat there and watched you for like a good hour. And then I'm like, follow. And then you started, I got to see your other videos, which were great and hilarious. And um, I think probably some of my favorite ones are the ones where you're making fun of getting swatted.
Those seem to be a hit.
Those are quite humorous to me, and I always got a giggle out of them. So, anywho, welcome to the show. I'm so happy to have you. And right out the gate, what I always ask everybody is, how did you get into cosplay?
How did I get into cosplay? I did not intend to get into cosplay. I did
Nobody
not
ever does.
intend. Right. I didn't intend to get into streaming either. I started helping some people in a clan that I helped run.
Hmm.
They wanted to start streaming during the whole COVID lockdown and whatnot because they didn't have anything else to do. So, being a bit of a techie, I started helping people through the process of setting up their channels, setting up their systems to do it all. And it came to a point to where I was like, I needed to familiarize myself with it a bit
Hmm.
so that I could actually give better, information. I threw a channel up, threw a couple streams up, sat there and rocked out, and actually gained a moderate amount of traction in the beginning. So I was like, well, I'm gonna lean into it. Let's see where this goes. And it just slowly progressed from there. And I don't know, after a few months of that, I decided, you know what? I mean, might as well, throw a mask on and be Ghost. Uh, actually, I started with Nikto. I
Hmm.
started with Nikto. He was one of my favorite characters in the Warzone season 1, 2019 era.
Hmm.
Um, Started with Nikto, and then it eventually kind of morphed toward Ghost and some of his characters or some of his skins.
I think Ghost is probably an easy one because it's an easy mask that everybody can kind of get it a hold of for the most part, in his variations. And so he's an easy one to cosplay, obviously, because I'm doing that too for those of you who are watching, um, because it's an easy one to do. And also, I don't know why he seems to also be everyone's like favorite comfort character, but he is like he's one of the most disturbed ones there. But everyone seems to be like, yeah, he's the teddy bear that we all want to associate with, and it's like,
Yeah.
but he's not a teddy bear.
Well, I mean, teddy bears have got to be, violent from time to time anyway. They're bears, right?
Right? Yeah, of course.
But we can still be cuddly. I mean,
Exactly. So
it's the best of both worlds.
the best of both worlds indeed. Um, so I don't think I've actually ever seen any of your Nikto cosplay. Do you still do
There's
it?
I do from time to time. Sometimes I break Nikto and Ghost out. I'm actually getting ready to do that again for a little bit of a video series.
Okay.
Uh, it's been a while since I have Nikto out though.
That's completely fair. I mean, I think I've only been following you for a few months. It might be longer than a few months because, I took like 5 months off. So, like, now I'm like, oh, yeah, that was last month, right? No, that was 5 months ago. My time is all
Right.
screwed up. So, it's
The
probably way longer than a few months. So, nobody listened to me on time because time in my world does not exist. I don't know how to deal with it, and I have not dealt with it since 2020.
About the same here. About the same here. All hours, just sometimes goes, sometimes stops. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the best way to do it. So you're going to be doing a new video series, you said. Can you tease about it, or is it going to be all hush hush?
I mean, and it this is just more toward the simple comedy side. I've got a couple ideas with both of them in play, and then I've got a new mask coming up here soon too.
Ooh, that's going to be exciting. Okay.
That I think that's going to be more for the book talk and music connoisseurs, if you will.
We have a lot
Uh,
of BookTok followers here, so hey, let's do it. Yes.
we'll see how that one goes.
Okay.
It's going to be a little bit of a collab between a couple things, and we'll see how that one shakes out.
That's
But
going to be exciting. I look forward to whatever it's going to be. So, um, everyone, shameless plug time. Go follow Kryptic. All the socials are in the link are in the show description. And make sure you do that so that way you can stay on top of that, find out what is going to be coming up. So that way you have all of the really great information and get to see all the recent streams and all the recent videos and all the really great stuff. I know a little bit about what's coming, not much because Cryptic has only teased it to me, so I don't even get to know all the details either. So I also have to be following religiously to make sure I know what's going on. So follow the social links, do the things, you know what to do. Shameless plug over.
I mean, I can't give it all away. I mean, I'm cryptic,
No, but
so
we can't do all that, of course. So, um, out of all the times you have cosplayed either Ghost or Nikto, you could do either one or both. Um,
mhm.
what was your favorite like video that you've done or video series or storyline series that you've done?
You know what? Like that's real simple. My favorite video that I've created in in gear as Ghost. Um, I went a little bit like kind of shot for the stars with some like cool editing and whatnot, some different effects. Uh, but it was simply to say, hey, like Jeff Leach just stopped in the stream. The voice of Ghost. He stopped in the stream, gave thumbs up. We linked up together on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So I got to highlight, yo, Jeff was here. Go check him out. Thank you, homie. As well as I rolled into he was the second COD actor that I'd actually been able to interact with.
Hmm.
And the first one being Alex Zedra, who played Mara in Modern Warfare
I
2019.
loved her.
She uh she raided me on Twitch one night. It was close to my birthday stream. It was the 27th, I think was the day after my birthday. She raided my Twitch stream with over 900 viewers and they just slammed my stream. Uh
That's so cool.
it was a little bit awkward when she asked me directly in chat, so who's your favorite character? And I was like, well, I mean, I was as a matter of fact, I was in Nikto gear that
Uh-huh.
night. But yeah, well, I was like, I mean, Nikto, I mean, come on. I love you. You're great. But I mean, Nikto, nobody knows who I am. It's great.
When I
But
first started playing Modern Warfare, and all that, Mara was actually the character I'd always run with.
yeah.
And the funniest thing is when Ghost started coming back and everyone's like, oh, Ghost is back, Ghost is back. And I'm just like, this dude's in a skull mask. What is the obsession? He's just some dude in a skull mask. I don't get it. I did not understand it until I played Modern Warfare 2. And then I'm like, oh, I get it now. I'll be over
Right.
here fangirling forever over Simon Riley. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm gonna go now. Like that was me. And then I still love Modern Warfare 1, but out of probably all the Modern Warfares, I think probably the most recent Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite. I've played the campaign so many times, which I'm really sad. So, hey, Activision, if you're watching this, fix the campaign on Xbox, please. I want to play it again. Thank you. Have a nice day. Um, they
Let
they
me.
they put a new update out and now it's crashed and won't play.
Huh.
I've already spoken to them. They're like, our devs are working on it, but we don't have an ETA when it'll be fixed. So I'm like, oh, thanks.
Get
Awesome.
with me. Get with me after this.
Okay.
Let's see if I can help you with that. Actually, I hope Activision's not listening. I mean, I hope they are for you, but for me, this might get me in trouble. But as far as Warzone goes, when April hits and we get the new update for the new season, we'll be going back to Warzone 1 mechanics in game. So anybody
No.
that's a Warzone player, it's going to feel like it was in Verdansk. We'll still have Omni movement, but the game will feel like we were back when it started. I
I
didn't
don't
say
know
that
how I
out
feel
loud.
about that actually. Because so the funny thing was I played Warzone when it first came out because I was playing it with all my friends and everybody else was like, yeah, let's go play this. It's great. And I'm like, this doesn't have the COD feel to me. And I don't know if I like it. And so I was playing it for a while and I was just like, no, this really isn't for me. And then I kind of got into it with Modern Warfare 2 and 3.
Mhm.
And then I was like, it's okay. It's not my favorite, but it's okay. And then, I've tried to play a little bit of it since Black Ops 6 came out. And it is a whole other game with the Omni movement. And I'm like, oh, so yeah, what you're telling
Yeah.
me is I suck. Thank you. So, um, but it's definitely different. I don't know how I'll feel about that. I'm interested. I'll play it. I'll give it a go, but I don't know how I feel about that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But please fix the campaign, Activision, because it's my favorite. I've played it over a dozen times. So, and
Oh, wow.
the bad thing is too, I was in the middle of a challenge run when it
Mhm.
updated and I had it saved and I had probably last like 3 missions to go on the campaign in this challenge run
Oh,
and then it just bricked. Everything else works perfect except the campaign. I've done everything to get it
no.
fixed and it's like, oh. And the devs are like, "Oh yeah, we know about this. We're working on it." And I'm like, "Work
Meanwhile,
faster."
meanwhile, 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 2 dozen new packs have entered the store. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, "Can you
yeah.
work faster? Please?" It's like, "Come on now." So obviously I cannot sit here and tell you go play the campaign for Modern Warfare 2 because it's the best because you might not be able to.
You might not be able to. I mean, it's an Activision thing, so, you know.
Honestly, yeah, we love the games. We do, obviously, because we still play them over and over and over again and give COD ridiculous amounts of money that it probably doesn't deserve. But also, we're going to keep playing it, even though they gaslight us and tell you, hey, we fixed shit when they actually didn't.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna keep playing. That's
We're in a very
yeah.
toxic relationship with Call of Duty here.
Best toxic relationship ever.
I mean, truth be told, yes. Yes.
I mean, it's always fun when it's a little crazy, right? So,
I mean, yeah, we definitely do that. So kind of moving on to Black Ops 6 a little bit, do you have anybody that you're eyeing cosplaying from there?
no,
Okay,
not from Black Ops 6.
that's
No,
fair.
I'm not the Black Ops series has always been a little too cartoony for me, too arcade, which is literally the whole reason for the Black Ops series. It's more of the arcade shooter.
Hmm.
It's just a little too cartoony for me, but I mean, there might be some rehashes here and there, but nothing concrete for Black Ops 6.
That's fair. That's totally fair. It's understandable. There's probably about maybe one, maybe two characters I'm kind of eyeing. Um, One of them who I would really like to pull off is Sev, and because I almost have her haircut, but I'd have to dye my hair for it, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. So,
I mean, I might be able to pull off General Zod, the Little Caesars operator, but I mean that would involve peeling all this off, and that's just not
I
gonna happen.
mean, you could probably also pull off the new Nocturne one that just came out.
Man, I tell you, I was looking at the ninja with the purple eyes.
Uh-huh.
I was seriously looking at that. I
Yeah,
could
he's pretty
probably pull
cool.
that one off. I could probably do that one all the way to the glowing eyes.
Really? Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have any gear to do the glowing eyes. I'd love to, but I don't.
The glowing eye, unfortunately, the glowing eyes would be like after production. That would
Oh,
be
yeah,
after
that's
edits.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Um, the other one that I would really love to do, and I have a whole bunch of the gear saved for it, and that's the witch skin of Callisto's.
Okay.
And but it would take a lot of like prep work to actually pull that off because of all the rune work that's on it. And so I'm like, do I have the spoons to do this? I don't know, but I want to do this because she's really hot.
It's not worth doing if it's easy.
I mean, okay, that is a valid statement. That is true. That is true. Yes.
I've made all my masks. So I mean, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like,
Wait, you made the ghost masquerade
yes.
for real?
Actually, this ghost mask is an actual. It's game file accurate.
Yeah.
Uh, I can't reveal how I got the file. Will not
We're
reveal
not
it,
going to
but
talk about that.
right.
Cosplay secrets and all.
But this one is in game accurate. Nikto, yeah, I did the Nikto mask as well, and I'm not sure where my condemned ghost mask is, but yeah, no, all the masks I've done so far I've made.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm not particularly that talented. I would love to get like a 3D printer to see if I could be that talented, but I'm so far not. It's okay. I'm cool with that. So
Even when you get the printer, it's still there's
it's still a pain in the ass
th-
from everything
that
I
was
hear.
that was a hell of a process teaching myself to do that
Yeah.
like real quick too, real quick.
I've heard that it's really easy, but it's also such a pain in the ass. Like once you figure it out, it's like, wow, I feel like an idiot because this is actually easier than it looks. And then it's like, but figuring it out is so difficult from what I've heard.
Even once you figure it out, there's still going to be moments where you're like, ah, it, yeah.
I feel that. I feel that. So, um, when it comes to obviously the podcast is called Books and Cosplay. Now, we have talked that you haven't had the time recently to read, which is fair. So, since you haven't read in a while, what was your all-time favorite book growing up? And you said that maybe you might have something else to talk about along those lines, maybe?
Now, as far as reading, man, I haven't read since I was back in high school, like nonfiction, what have you.
Mhm.
Uh, Started diving into the school books, into the college, into the job, and never came out of that. Never came out of it.
That's fair.
Um, I don't know, man. My favorite nonfiction book that I read growing up was probably Tom Sawyer. Um, let's see, but I'm kind of traveling down a new niche in the
Mhm.
cosplay area, arena, what have you. Uh, Not something I had intended to do originally. I was going to go gaming all the way, but
Mhm.
I've found a I've found a road down the BookTok and music talk avenues. So at this point, I'm kind of looking for suggestions of things to read, things to check out. I mean, as far as I've seen some of the what's the word I'm looking for here? I've seen some of the stories that are out there,
Mhm.
just brief little things, and I mean, I guess I'm looking for suggestions uh, as to what to start to read because I haven't in so long.
Well, in that regard, do you have a specific genre of fiction that you're interested in?
Off the top of my head, no.
Okay.
That's that's
Well, if you're going down the book talk, it's obviously going to be romance of some kind.
Likely.
Yeah,
And
because the talk girlies are feral, speaking as one. So, yeah, we are a vicious little breed of, crazy, and that's okay because we enjoy our fictional boyfriends. That's fine.
right, right.
um, Also, speaking as an author who writes fiction, I would have to shamelessly plug my books, which are Fictional Musings and Her Monstrous Fate. But I don't know exactly what you like. If I knew, if you could tease what you're trying to do, I could definitely go, okay, you're looking for this genre, these books, this recommendation here, and I could send you down that road. But it's like, I also know that, there's the whole, I want to keep things chill so that way because it's still in the works. So I get that. So, you
Now,
know.
if I was to start to nail anything down, it would probably be a little more toward the dark romance side. I mean,
Okay. Dark romance is definitely a good thing. And oh god, there's so many. So apparently the one that's kind of floating around right now that I can sort of I can't tell you if it's good or not because I haven't read it. It's on my to be read list, but my to be read list is so long that I'm probably never going to get through it in this lifetime, which is fair. um because I can't even show you all the stack of nonfiction books sitting on my desk. It almost reaches my camera level, which is here, as you can see from my hand. I need about 4 more books and then I will actually reach the camera level because I have that many books for interviews to read for the other podcast. Um, so nonfiction I'm definitely working on, but the fiction one. So there's a new one that just has been kind of floating around. It's called Lights Out. And supposedly it's like
that's the blue
the
mask,
blue
isn't it?
mask one that everyone's like, oh,
Yeah.
if you like Ghost, you'll like this book. And I'm like, well, I cosplay Ghost, and yes, I love Ghost, and definitely. Um, Now I will also tease, but it's not going to be out for a while, and I don't know my ETA on this because I'm not going to get deep into politics, but politically, I don't know where things are for romance authors right now, so I don't know when my next one's going to be out. But I am working on a book where the main character is based off of Ghost.
Huh.
So, is it dark romance? No, it's actually it, it has adult scenes in it, but it's not dark romance. It's actually kind of his redemption story of what comes after things. So
I'm intrigued. Okay.
I
Okay.
will tell you all about it after we get done recording. But
Okay.
yeah, for those who are listening, yeah, it's actually part of a 4 book series right now, possibly 5. I don't know about the 5th one yet, but all of them are based off of some characters from the Call of Duty series. And Activision, again,
Okay.
if you're listening, no, I'm not actually using them. I'm just using their inspiration of them, not them.
There you go.
Yeah. So,
Just call it a parody and be covered across the board.
yes, there you go.
Literally covered across the board. Parody. Boink,
Yeah.
you're good.
So, those are good ones. There's another one that's, oh, I don't, there's another one that's supposed to be based off of Ghost. It's called See You Soon. That's dark romance. I think
Okay.
there's 3 books in that series, if I remember correctly. Um, Basically same kind of similarities of kind of what he does, except I think he stalks the girl and makes her fall in love with him. I think.
Ooh.
Maybe.
I mean, I might chase you through the woods, but I don't know about stalking. Like,
I could be entirely okay. So if you're saying
if
dark
now if
romance,
it's
you have to remember there are levels
if
of
it's
dark romance that
if it's a mission, I mean, but yeah, we'll see, we'll see.
there are levels to dark romance that are not for the faint of heart for some people. There are some dark romance books that make my dark romance heart go, no, I'm good. That's too dark. You might need
Okay.
psychological help for writing that, but good for you. No, thank you. I'm gonna go over here. Um, so there's a few of them. Obviously, like everyone talks about Haunting Adeline. Please don't come for me in the comments if you're watching this. I did not like Haunting Adeline at all. I liked Zayd as a character. I didn't like Haunting Adeline. I thought it was terribly written. but that's just me. And it's a whole thing. If you want to read it, great. It's very popular, cool. But again, stalker. So if you're not into the stalker, definitely not going to read that. Obviously there's the Akatar series, which is more kind of dark romancy fantasy-ish.
Okay.
Well, it is fantasy, not fantasy-ish, but it's all fairy. It's basically fairy porn. Um, and oh god, there's so many. Yeah, I can find you a list and send it to you, and there'll be like 200 books on it.
I mean, that's a good start.
You'll be set for a while.
That's a good start.
Um, Also another really good one that is probably my favorite series, at least currently, is it's another fantasy one, but it's a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and it's called Beast of the Briar. And instead of there being one prince, there's four, and they're werewolves.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And it's so good. It is like it took the spot of my all-time favorite book and like just kicked it out of the way, which is very difficult to do because I've had that being my favorite book since I was in high school. And that book was called Blood and Chocolate, but yeah, Beast of the Briar, so good. Highly recommend. Oh, another really good one. Sorry, this is like my hyper focus. I can just go on and on and on about it. um, is pretty much any book by Emily McIntyre.
Okay.
My personal favorite was Hooked, which is a retelling of basically like Peter Pan, but it's from the point of view of Hook, and it's chef's kiss, so good. I read it in like a whole afternoon. I couldn't put it down. So amazing, amazing. It is dark romance. It is definitely very smutty, but and you know, it also has a happily ever after at the end, but it's really, really good. So good. So there's a
Copy
few
that.
recommendations to get you started.
I'd had lights out thrown at me a few times already,
Hmm.
so might start there and start and go from there.
So anybody who's watching, if you want to put in the comments of the show your recommendations for Cryptic, obviously he'll have access to it and he can see all the comments too, so he can definitely write those down for his viewing pleasure. And you guys can recommend your favorites of dark romance and basically the best of book talk. No Colleen Hoover. Just no. Just no. We're not doing
Duly
that.
duly noted. Duly noted.
That's a whole other topic we're not getting into. So, are you going to add anything else to probably what comes next in your streaming repertoire? Like, is it going to always be COD? And I know you do some Fortnite and some Marvels, but are you going to do anything else along those lines,
Um,
or have you not thought about it?
One thing I just set up for night or no yesterday, as a matter of fact, I can acknowledge the existence of the program, and I can acknowledge the fact that I may or may not be one of the individuals helping with it.
Okay.
The new Battlefield game coming out.
Oh, exciting.
I've been there's the existence of a program that will allow players to help in the development. Like we'll be playing pre-alpha
Hmm.
segments of the game, and then providing feedback on mechanics and just different aspects of the game itself. Uh, Hopefully, once the game launches, I can say more about the program that I can say exists.
Hmm.
But yeah,
That's exciting, though. I'm
I
excited for
know,
you.
right?
I've gotten to play a little bit of Battlefield. I haven't gotten deep into it. I need to. Um, Honestly and truly, my like hyperfixation game besides COD right now is Cyberpunk 2077. So,
Okay.
um, yeah, it's like my new Skyrim, and I put so many hours into Skyrim that I literally cannot play it anymore. I tried to boot it up the other day and I was like, oh god, I can't, there's too much. I can't do it anymore. And now like Cyberpunk has like taken that place, and I'm like, yeah, I can just do 1,000 different runs of this game and never get bored. So
Well, see, I did find a good chill game here recently. I got on the train late, but I think I'm thankful that I waited so long because the game was in shambles when it launched. Started playing No Man's Sky.
really, I've heard mixed reviews about it.
It's it's just one of those games. You just sit down at your computer and lose yourself for 8 hours.
Oh, I love those kinds of
Uh,
games.
it's that kind of game. It's a lot of grinding, a lot of gathering, a lot of building and whatnot. But it's not a sweat fest like playing Warzone for a 6 hour session in a stream. You know, you're
Hmm.
not sitting there like with the shakes after the game.
Of course.
Uh, yeah, just sit back, get comfortable, adjust your levels properly, and enjoy the game. I mean, you're flying through space and landing on different worlds, so it's been pretty cool, and I've been kind of enjoying some downtime with that game.
That's cool. I unfortunately I played quite a bit of Starfield when it came out too, because I was like, ooh, space travel, it's gonna be a Bethesda game, and I was all excited for it. And typical Bethesda, it kind of disappointed after a while, and so I haven't gotten
Yeah,
back into it since they've updated quite a bit. And I don't even know if I want to say the expansion came out, but maybe not. And I just, yeah, after a while, it just kind of burnt me out, and I was like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna
well,
give me something more, and then we'll talk.
well, they just dropped a massive expansion on No Man's Sky for free.
Did they? Okay.
They upgraded all the graphics, they upgraded the movement, and then they added more planets and everything. And they're looking to inject AI. They're looking to inject sentient aliens
Mm-hmm.
into the game.
Well,
So
that's the big thing about a lot of the space games is a lot of them don't have like sentient aliens. Like there's humans or there's like animal life, but not anything in between.
yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, well, I mean, even animal life, it just walks around in its determined area and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
What they're talking about now is adding basically just AI individuals throughout the galaxies
That'd
there,
be
and
cool.
yeah,
That'd be real cool. So I will have to check that out. I don't know if I've ever played it. I don't think I have actually. I think I put it on my favorites list and never looked at it again, knowing me, because
it's still a $60 game on Steam,
I
but
want to say it's on Game Pass.
if it's on Game Pass, check it out. If you've got Game Pass, at least check it out. If you don't have it on Game Pass and you want to get it through Steam, I'd like go to CD Keys,
Yeah, gotcha.
CD 2A Keys, and I got it for $14 and change, and
Mm-hmm.
it was legit.
Yeah, I want to say it's on Game Pass. I will have to look. I'm pretty sure it is. Or it was. That might be what I'm also remembering too. But yeah, we are a Game Pass household, so we are also an
Right on.
Xbox household. Even though I have, my nice beautiful $4,000 gaming PC that I'm currently recording on, that's pretty much all I use it for. It's work and all that. I don't hardly game on it anymore at all. I usually just game on the Xbox, so
Right on.
that's fair
I
though.
I couldn't I couldn't once I started on the PC, I couldn't go back. I
That's
I'm
completely fair. That's
I've got a
totally fair.
PS5 paperweight behind me right here. I mean,
I have a
literally all it
PS4
does is sit there
paperweight
and look
under
pretty.
here that I haven't touched in like 2.5 years. So, yeah, there's that. But anywho, before we go down a whole tangent, um, obviously everybody can find you on Twitch. Where else are you on social media so people can definitely locate it? I mean, obviously, I'm gonna tell everybody to go to the show description, but for those who are just audio listeners, where can they find you?
Right now, I'm on Twitch and TikTok. I moved completely off of Meta for a whole lot of reasons. Um,
Well, we all understand those reasons because yeah.
like, yeah, um, that's a story all to itself too. It
Mm-hmm.
didn't even, yeah, it wasn't by choice at first. But anyway, No, Twitch and TikTok are my mains right now. Uh, I post everything there. I am on YouTube as well.
Okay.
If you go to search me, if you go to Google me, it's I'm underscore the underscore cryptic with a
Hmm.
K. Um, that's the only way I could get my name out there was with those underscores, which makes it a little tough. But Twitch, TikTok, that's where I'm at. I'll be doing a whole lot more streams over on Twitch here soon. Kind of trying to migrate back to Twitch.
Hmm.
Uh, TikTok may get a little funny, so
TikTok might get a little funny, and I'm contemplating going back to Twitch myself. And I left a long time ago, and I don't know. I mean, I still have my account. I just haven't done anything with it in like 3.5 years
right.
because Twitch is its own breed of wonderful and awful all at the same time.
Well,
So
it's far better. It's far better than Kick.
I have not heard enough about Kick to like I've been on it one time, but I have not really been on it enough to even comprehend it. Like I just know it's a streaming platform. That's about it.
But I'll say this: I'm not there.
That's fair. That's completely fair. Well, Kurtik, this has been wonderful. You're going to have to come back when you get all of your new stuff up and running, and we're going to have to talk more about this, and it will be awesome again. But everyone who has listened, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out and, just being the wonderful humans that you are. And also, thanks for letting me take like a few months off and just chill and kind of figure out my life. And now that I'm back, I'm coming back full force. You'll get to see all the great shows coming back and all the great content and all the wonderful stuff. So stay tuned for that. Obviously, if you're watching this, you know how to find me. So if you don't, the link tree's in the show description. Go follow all the places and come join the Discord and hang out with me and hang out with all the other cool people there. And Kryptic, again, thank you so much for being here. It was wonderful. And everyone, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye, everyone.